Good morning, Cougars. This is Mr. Martinez with morning announcements. Good morning, Joya and Jake.
Good morning.
All right, guys. Hope you had a great weekend. I got a brand new flag. Jake, you're going to love this. This is from Alejandra. She is a kindergartner. Look what she did there.
Wow, that is good.
I think that's yogurt. Yogurt with what kind of fruit does she have on there?
Blueberries and strawberries.
Yeah, pretty creative. Big shout out to Alejandra. Joya, lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Place your right hand over your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and it is early this morning. Big shout out to Alejandra in kindergarten. I'll tell you what, guys, I wish I could eat that for breakfast right now. Doesn't it look yummy? Big shout out to her.
I don't like yogurt, so no.
Okay, so you know what? I kind of not the biggest fan of yogurt either, but I would eat that bowl for sure. Welcome everybody. Today's Monday, March 15th. It's raining at my house. I don't know about you guys.
It's raining here too.
Okay, good. It's supposed to rain until about lunchtime. Highs in.
I think it's raining here.
No rain at your house, Joy? Okay, well, maybe check it outside. Might be wet out there. We have a big week at Carpenter this week. Something major is going on. Do you guys know what's happening this week?
The spelling bee?
This is the spelling bee.
We've got spelling bees, and we have a special guest to talk about it. Let me bring her in now. This is Emmie from the 4th grade. Good morning, Emmie.
Good morning, Mr. Martinez. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Joya.
Good morning.
All right, we've got Emmie from the 4th grade, and we know that this is a big week. Emmie, I wanted to have you on this morning because you are partly responsible for Carpenter having virtual spelling bees. It was this time last year that you sent me a message saying, hey, I know we're doing remote learning, but don't you think we can still have a spelling bee and do some events at school? And because you sent me that email, it got a lot of people talking, and this is the 2nd year in a row that we're having a virtual spelling bee. So thank you, Emmie, for that.
And I was so glad that the school decided to take up the idea because I think a lot of kids were looking forward to doing a spelling bee and were disappointed that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, because remember when we closed last year, the spelling bee was right around the corner. Emmie, tell us the plans for this week in the spelling bee.
This week is Spelling Bee Week at Carpenter. Tuesday, March 16th is the 4th grade spelling bee at 3 p.m. on Zoom with Assistant Principal Mrs. Hong. Wednesday, March 17th is the 5th grade spelling bee at 3 p.m. on Zoom with Principal Martinez. And Thursday, March 18th is the 3rd grade spelling bee at 3 p.m. on Zoom with Assistant Principal Mrs. Kishner.
I'm actually in the 3rd grade spelling bee.
Jake, you are going to compete in the 3rd grade spelling bee on Thursday?
Yes.
Awesome, buddy. Well, good luck. Listen, I want to do a little practice right now, so just so everybody knows how the spelling bee works. I'm doing the 5th grade, as you heard Emmie say, on Wednesday. But when the person that's leading the spelling bee gives the spelling word, they do it in a specific way. They do it in something called a word sandwich. So they say the word in a sentence, and then they say the word again. And then the speller says the word, spells the word, and then says the word again, and that closes it out. Joya, I'm going to have you be our guinea pig to show everybody how the spelling bee works. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Your word, Joya, is webinar. Carpenter is having a town hall webinar tonight at 6 p.m. to discuss our plans for resuming in-person instruction. Webinar.
Webinar. WEBINAR. Webinar.
Hot dog. Nice job, Joya. You got that one correct. Emmie, can you give a word sandwich to Jake? Let's see if he can do one.
Hybrid. Parents can choose if they want their child to return to school for the hybrid model or continue with remote learning form the rest of the year. Hybrid.
Hybrid, HYBRID, hybrid.
Hot dog, Jake. You're going to be awesome in that spelling bee. I don't know if that word's going to be in the B or not, but if it is, you'll be ready for sure. Congratulations to everybody competing in the spelling bee this week. Remember, you are a champion just for making it to the competition, And there can only be one winner, but you are all representing your grade levels, so we are proud of you all. Today is Monday. Emmie, do you know what we do every Monday on the morning announcements?
Jake's Jawesome Week in History.
Oh, yeah. So here's Jake. Here is your slide. Tell us what happened this week in history, Jake.
Actually, today, March 14th, March 15th, 1493, Christopher Columbus returned to Spain after his first visit to the Western Hemisphere.
On this very day.
Which is now the Americas.
Yes, March 15, 1493, returned from his trip to the Western Hemisphere. Man, oh man, on this exact day in history. Thank you so much for sharing that, Jake. Guys, we are getting ready for return to school. And so every day this week, I'm going to be showing a couple slides. That's not what I wanted to do. Wait a minute, stop share. I'm going to show a couple slides from a presentation that I have. And let's see if I can, that's not working. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Technical difficulties. Let's see if I can find it. Wait a minute, how do I end show? Okay, here, now I think I've got it. All right, so now I'm gonna share my screen, PowerPoint. You know, everything goes so well when we do rehearsals, but then when I start, here we go. So this is a Safe Step to Safe Schools presentation, and this is to kind of get us ready for returning to school. There are three major things that everybody needs to remember if you're going to decide to come back for in-person learning. One, you have to have healthy practices, right? You got to wear your mask. It's going to be mandatory that everybody wears a mask all day long when they're at school. Number two, we want you to stay 6 feet apart. So you got to keep yourself kind of like in a bubble, stay 6 feet apart from everybody. We're going to have the desks rearranged in the classroom so you're not sitting directly next to somebody. Everybody will be spaced out. And then number three, we want you to wash your hands as frequently as possible. We're going to have lots of sanitizer all over campus. So every time that you're moving from one place to another, we want you to get some sanitizer. And the ones that we have, you pump them with your foot, and then it puts that sanitizer in your hand so you don't have to touch anything. We also want, number two, everybody to use something called a daily pass. This is an app that your parents can put on their phone. They're going to ask you questions in the morning about how you're feeling. When you get tested, you'll input that information. And that way we have a database for everybody here at school and their health. And then number three, we want you to be tested regularly so that we can make sure that everybody that's at school is healthy and safe. Let's watch this real quick little video to get us prepared for return to school.
I can't see it.
Eventually return to the classroom, we all need to follow these safe steps to safe schools. 1, commit to healthy behaviors like wearing your mask, staying socially distant, and washing your hands. 2, use the new Daily Pass. The Daily Pass is a web tool used to schedule COVID-19 tests and get test results. It is also where you can answer the daily health check questions required to eventually get back onto a campus. 3, take your COVID-19 test at a Los Angeles Unified Testing Site. To schedule your test, go to dailypass.lausd.net. If we all take these safe steps, together we can help stop the spread of COVID-19 and get back to school.
All right, so that is the little video. Every morning this week, we will be reviewing all the safe steps that we need to follow in order to get us all back at school sooner than later. Now, guys, I know every Friday we do a Unity Fair Family video, but we've got a special treat today.
I actually have a question about that.
All right, what's your question?
So when I get off this, should I talk to my mom about the Daily Pass thing?
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to be meeting with all the parents tonight. There's going to be a webinar where I'm going to talk to her about the Daily Pass too. So
I know, just sometimes my parents are too busy, so they can't come.
Well, and what we're gonna record the video, and it's going to be on the website. Anybody can watch it whenever they want. So that's perfect. Yeah. So listen, guys, I was saying we have a Unity Fair Family video, and it's not even Friday. Today's Monday. We've got Felix and Manu. Felix is in the 4th grade. Manu is in the 1st grade. They're going to tell us all about Indonesia. where they lived recently. They also share about the Indonesian holiday of Nyepi. I think I'm saying that correctly. We'll see it in the video, which was just celebrated yesterday, March 14th. Nyepi is also known as the Day of Silence and is followed by the Balinese New Year celebration the day after. So let's watch this awesome video by another Carpenter family. Here we go. And let me get my audio and play. Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah, now we are. Although it's kind of small on the screen. It's kind of small.
Okay, just keep your eyes on.
Selamat pagi. That means good morning in Indonesian. I'm Felix, and this is Anna, and today we'd like to share a little bit about Indonesia. We lived in Indonesia most of our lives until recently. Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world, right after China, India, and the US. It's the largest Muslim majority, which means that there are the most Muslims there than anywhere else in the world. But it also has many other official regions. Indonesia is an archipelagic nation with over 17,000 islands, including some of the biggest islands over the world, like Borneo, Sumatra, Papua, and Java. It's also the Ring of Fire. More than 100 active volcanoes are there. Indonesia is a natural paradise. It has some of the largest remaining rainforests and the most diverse reefs in the world. It's the only place where orangutans, tigers, elephants, and rhinos all share the same forest. And it's the only place with Komodo dragons in the wild. Sometimes they eat people. Chomp, chomp, chomp. There are also leatherback turtles that cross the entire Pacific Ocean to visit California. There's so much traditional culture in Indonesia, including gamelan, which we are listening to right now. And they make beautiful batik, like these shirts. Batik are made with wax, often using a stamp, like this one, or a special type of wax pen. We lived in Bali. You might have heard of it. There are a lot of rice paddies in Bali. Bali is a bit different because it's mostly Hindu, and the rest of Indonesia is Muslim. Most Balinese people put out offerings every day all over the island. March 14th is Nyepi, Balinese New Year, our favorite holiday. The Balinese spend many months every year making oba-oba, these giant paper-mache creatures. They make them look really mean, like evil monsters. Then they parade around the island playing loud music to scare off all the bad spirits. Then the next day the whole island shuts down. No lights, no music, no sound, no airport. You can't even leave your house. You just have to be quiet. They do this so that when the evil spirits come back, they can't find the island. So have a happy Balinese New Year. We hope you learned a little bit more about Indonesia.
All right, we learned a little bit more about Indonesia. What do you think? What did you guys think of the video?
That was really
It
cool.
was good.
So now we know why they call it kind of a celebration of silence, so that the evil spirits don't know where they are, right? They're almost like hiding on that. Wow.
I don't know if I'd be able to be silent for a whole day.
I know that's going to be tough. And I think they said something like 17,000 islands. Wow.
You're not even allowed to talk to your family?
Yeah, no talking. Wow. Can you imagine?
Then why don't you just stay in
time
bed
for
and
words of
just
wisdom.
sleep the whole day?
It would be difficult. Yeah, let's go. Words of wisdom now. Emmie, can you join us for the words of wisdom?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Boys and girls, when you dream about the future, what do you dream? How do you see yourself? Do you dream about going to college? About being a firefighter? Flying an airplane? Do you dream about a world where people get along together? A world without violence?
How and what we dream is very important. Listen to these words.
It is in dreaming the greatest dreams, seeking the highest goals, that we build the greatest tomorrows.
Why do you suppose that is? Well, think about it. If you can't even imagine yourself going to college, do you think you ever will?
It's difficult to become what we can't even imagine. So listen up. Dream great things for yourself and move forward those dreams by doing your very best here at school.
With something to think about, this is Mr. Martinez.
And Joya.
And Jake.
And Emmie.
Make it a great day.
Or not.
The choice is yours. Emmie, you were a great guest today. Emmie, you have any shout outs for anybody this morning?
Well, I like to give a shout out to my best friend, Mally, who's my wonderful best friend through the whole pandemic. And I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Corona and all of Room 18. And yeah.
All right. Very nice that you've got, everybody needs a great friend. So shout out to you, Mally, for being such an awesome friend. Guys, have a wonderful day at school, and we'll see you tomorrow in the morning announcements. Bye, guys.
Bye.